Yes, good evening friends and a happy new year। शुरुआत यही से करते हैं। एक नया वर्ष, नई उमंग, नई आशाएं, नई आकांक्षाएं, नए क्षितिज और नई उपलब्धियां। We welcome the new year with the optimism, the enthusiasm, the zest, the expectation and the fulfillment which it deserves। आइए आज हम लोग बीपीएससी के ऐसे पेपर का दृष्टालोकन करें जो कि हमारी आपकी बात हो चुकी है, और इसमें कुछ ऐसे हम लोगों ने ले लिया है, वो आपके पास होंगे। और देखिए, जब ये कोर्स मैं कंप्लीट करूंगा तो आपके पास 30 से 40 ऐसे स्टैंडर्डाइज्ड आपके पास पड़े रहेंगे जिनके आने की संभावना एग्जामिनेशन में प्रबल है। इसमें से लगभग 15 ऐसे आपके समकालीन विषयों पर होंगे, 10 से 12 ऐसे बिहार के टिपिकल विषय संबंधित होंगे पर्टेनिंग टू बिहार, और 12 से 15 ऐसे जो कि सबसे टफ पोर्शन है, लोकोक्तियाँ एवं मुहावरे, proverbs and idioms which are in common usage in बिहार, उस पे होंगे। तो दोस्तों, लेट्स बिगिन। आज हम लोग जिस टॉपिक का दृष्टालोकन करेंगे वो टॉपिक बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट है, द प्रॉब्लम्स ऑफ बिहार। तो ये ऐसे जो है टॉपिक बीपीएससी मेंस एसेज, दोस्तों इसके पहले कि मैं आगे बढ़ूं, ये मैं बता देना आपको उचित समझता हूं कि अगले हफ्ते से हम लोग जो है अपने क्लासेस अपने ऐप्स पे लेंगे, क्योंकि अब YouTube पे काफ़ी हो गया। अब आइए हमारे क्रियाकलाप हमारे सब्सक्राइब बच्चों को ही उपलब्ध हों। ठीक है, द प्रॉब्लम्स ऑफ बिहार। दोस्तों, अब इसमें जैसा कि आप जानते हैं स्टैंडर्ड ऐसे होता है बीपीएससी मेंस लेवल पे, वो 700 से 800 वर्ड का होता है। सबसे पहले इंट्रोडक्शन, आप जानते हैं, it encompasses of around 100 to 120 words। टॉपिक आपके सामने बहुत क्लियर है, द प्रॉब्लम्स ऑफ बिहार। ये बहुत एक्सपेक्टेड टॉपिक है और घुमा फिरा के किसी ना किसी तरीके से आता है। अब आइए हम आपको इंट्रोडक्शन पोर्शन डिक्टेट करते हैं। As the New Year heralds, डिक्टेशन लेना शुरू कीजिए प्लीज, और नहीं तो उतार लीजिएगा, लेकिन ये मेरे लैंग्वेज में है और मेरा लैंग्वेज बहुत अच्छा माना जाता है। उसको अगर आप प्रस्तुत कर देंगे तो जाहिरी तौर पे अच्छे नंबर मिलेंगे। As the new year of 2026 heralds its advent with the setting up of a new government in Bihar, a new dispensation, our 15-year plus old chief minister packaged in a new format, yearning and eager to deliver his promises, which can transform the fair face of Bihar. As of today, Bihar is plagued by a series of problems like historical legacy of neglect and backwardness, lack of industries, minerals and natural resources that can accelerate the pace of economic development, poor health and educational parameters, poor and stagnant economic growth over the past decades, unprecedented unemployment coupled with low labor participation rate and general exodus of workable population from outside Bihar, whom we call migrant laborers. Then we have the lack of industries and growth centers, which conform to modern parameters, a weak, debilitating law and order situation in the state, resulting in the proliferation of crimes and creating an atmosphere of non-development in the state. Then we have the cycle of poverty, as the great economist Marx called it. And lastly, we have the poor demographic dividends in the state. All these factors, coupled with a conservative society plagued by caste wars, the disruptions caused by Naxalism and extremist elements in certain pockets of the state, are all contributing to keeping Bihar a backward, fossilized, obsolete and hackneyed non-performing state. So this is, friends, the introduction part of the essay. Then we come to the main body. मेन बॉडी, जैसा कि मैंने आपको बताया था, ये मेन बॉडी अराउंड 500 to 600 वर्ड्स में होता है और मेन बॉडी में कुछ नहीं होता है. इट इज द एलाबोरेशन ऑफ द की पॉइंट्स of the introduction. जो इंट्रोडक्शन के बेसिक पॉइंट्स होते हैं उसी को मेन बॉडी में एलैबोरेट किया जाता है ऐसे कि हर थीम, हर की पॉइंट पर एक छोटा पैराग्राफ हो. आमतौर पे मेन बॉडी में 6 से 8 पैराग्राफ्स होते हैं, कभी कभी ये 9-10 भी हो जाते हैं. अगर बड़े पैराग्राफ्स हुए तो 5 में भी रह जाते हैं. लेकिन कहने का मतलब है कि मेन बॉडी में वो तमाम पॉइंट्स आ जाते हैं जिनमें, जो कि हमने इंट्रोडक्शन में आपको फ्लैश किया है. देन लेट्स कम टू द मेन बॉडी. द हिस्टोरिकल लीगेसी of neglect and backwardness, social fossilization, lack of vertical mobility, and a caste-based conservative society still impede the development and progress of Bihar. During the Mughal and the British times, Bihar has always been a backyard of the province of Bengal, lost in a cultural mire of Gangetic culturalism and Bengali chauvinism. This retrograde social structure of Bihar has been the main factor impeding its development. Second paragraph, lack of minerals and natural resources have also contributed to the underdevelopment of Bihar, especially after 2000 AD, when the state of Jharkhand was created and the mineral rich 46% geographical area of Bihar was seceded from the state and created into a new state. This creation of the new state deprived Bihar of its rich minerals, which yielded a strong catalyst for growth, provided rich royalties to the state exchequer, and created many avenues of employment to the people of Bihar. What followed was, in the picturesque words of the then Chief Minister Mr. Lalu Prasad Yadav, Bihar bas बीमारी, बालू इत्यादि का और बाढ़ का प्रदेश रह गया है. बाढ़, बीमारी और बालू का. The deindustrialization of Bihar then was fast. Industries and mills began to close. The famous silk industry of Bhagalpur literally collapsed. Other places in Bihar who were famous for their local industries also began to fall back. Consequently, and then the bad law and order situation resulted in the culture of extortion and kidnapping, and industrialists, entrepreneurs and businessmen began to flee the states. The flight of capital began to take place. People began to deposit even their money outside the state and not in the state itself. Bank robberies, loot, they became the order of the day, and even institutional finance like industrial finance, project financing, etc. found it very difficult to survive in Bihar, and it hampered the growth of industries in Bihar. Third paragraph, the poor health and educational parameters of Bihar portrayed in gender inequalities resulted in malnourishment, anemic women and pregnant ladies, dwarfed and autic children, dwarfism, stunting among children, deficiency diseases, etc. Consequently, the health parameters of the citizenry of Bihar began to suffer. Along with this, education became the domain of the mafia. Mass copying, educational manipulation, fake degrees and certificates became the order of the day. In recent times, the government of Bihar has undertaken some creative steps to bring about a transformation in the field of health and education, like the ASHA program. ASHA is nothing but accredited social health activist, that is known as Asha Didi in our Bihari jargon. Then we have the ANM Didi. ANM Didi stands for Auxiliary Nurse Midwife, who carries out institutional deliveries even in the backward areas of Bihar, going to remote places, helping patients and mothers in distress. Then we have the Dr. Didi program and Pashu Sakhi program, wherein women are trained in basic livestock health care under A-HELP program. A-HELP stands for Accredited Agent for Health and Extension of Livestock Production. So, Pashu Sakhi carrying out a health program, they are trying to mitigate the health and educational state in the state of Bihar. Strengthening of health infrastructures, the Ayushman program of the union government coupled with the Indradhanush program, the Matra Shishu Bandhan program, etc. are contributing to better health care in today's Bihar. Next paragraph. Poor economic growth in Bihar can be accounted for by almost no industries in the state. The sugar mills, the jute mills, the makhana industries, they have all lapsed into oblivion and are in a state of moribund inactivity. Bihar has vast potential for tourism and hospitality sector as well as cultural tourism, but this potential has still not been properly utilized. Decreasing returns in agriculture has crept in with the land degradation, resulting in the acidity, alkalinity of the soil health, underdeveloped irrigation potential in Bihar, which is still unutilized, and most of the agriculture in Bihar is rain-fed at the mercy of Lord Indra. Then there is the deplorable lack of agricultural credit. Most of the Krishi Kisan credit cards are turning into non-productive assets, NPAs. What more, Bihar has hardly any post-harvest structures where agricultural produce can easily be stored, like cold storages, godowns, etc. And what more is needed is the food processing sector, so that value addition can be made to the agro products. The next paragraph, unemployment and migrant labor. Due to lack of proper avenues of employment, low wages and only seasonal employment, there is the propensity of labor force from Bihar migrating to foreign countries. Secondly, low minimum wages are there, and the labor force in Bihar is unskilled or semi-skilled at the most. What is lacking is proper training facilities, proper centers. The laborers from Bihar go to especially 3 destinations: Telangana, Gujarat and Punjab and Haryana. They go to Telangana because they find ready employment in the sectors of gems, jewelleries and machinery, ancillaries. They go to Gujarat, especially in the areas around Surat and Hazira. Precisely, they can obtain work in the docks, in the textile trade, in gems, in diamonds, etc. And they go to Punjab because they can get easy work in the flourishing agricultural sector. What is required is a culture of skilling our workforce in Bihar and also providing a culture of entrepreneurship in Bihar, so that the workforce can be profitably employed in Bihar. This brings us to the question of lack of industries and growth centers. Though there is vast scope for agro industries like jute, makhana, sugarcane, sugar, etc. But still, the wrong priorities and policies of the government have not resulted in the creation of any productive centers employing people in Bihar. Bihar provides ample scope for setting up rice mills, jute mills, sugar mills, makhana mills, etc. It is also a very rich state in the production of fish, prawns, shrimps, etc. With the multiplicity of rivers, rivulets, ponds spanning the length and breadth of the state, the state offers a great scope for fisheries, shrimp culture, prawn culture, etc. Granite and stone industries in Karaundi and Rohtas also leave much scope for revival, and they can generate pretty good industrial centers in Bihar. In addition to this, we have the grinding cycle of poverty in Bihar, which is the most important factor for the backwardness of the state. Bihar, as the great economist Knox said, has low income. This low income results in low savings, because most of the income is consumed, it's meager, and the Bihari economy is a consumption economy. Low income leads to low savings lead to low capital formation leads to low investment leads to low production leads to low income. So the vicious cycle repeats itself. This is a big disincentive to business in Bihar, and what is needed is a radical transformation in the investment climate and incentivization of industries in Bihar. Then lastly, the poor demographic dividends of Bihar are in a stark contrast and attribute to the backwardness of the state. High population density, a large proportion of population in the working group and of no use to the state because they are working outside. High dependency ratio, because still the reproduction rate in Bihar is pretty high. A patriarchal regressive society, high infant mortality, high maternal mortality, and low life expectancy. All these factors result in poor human capital in the state of Bihar. So friends, and now we come to the conclusions. We thus find that though Bihar is backward, poor, looked down upon, yet Bihar has been the cradle of Indian civilization. It has been the origin of two very well known religions, Buddhism and Jainism, and it has been the epicenter of Hinduism during the Ramayana and the Mahabharata period. Bihar offers great hydrological sources in its many perennial rivers. It has got a vast alluvial, rich, fertile agricultural plain and can yield unprecedented agricultural harvest. It has got a intellectual talent of well-versed, well-known, accomplished graduates, engineers and doctors who can bring about a radical transformation of the society and economy of Bihar. What is needed is a proper law and order situation in the state, an investment-friendly environment in the state, a culture of entrepreneurship, an abundance of institutional and industrial in the state, proper linkages and structure. We find it will not take long before Bihar gets status as a Imaru state and holds its cherished place as one of the leading states of India in the future. Thank you for the class. Thank you. So that completes your one good essay. The problems of Bihar वो किसी ना किसी रूप में पूछेगा, ये सच है. Have a nice time. Thank you for the class. Thank you.